Now let's talk a little bit about lighting. So like I mentioned before, we can take the light menu and just drop it right on top of here, and now we have two menus open. Incidentally, if you hold down Shift on these submenus, that'll allow you to open up multiple submenus, so they won't close on behind you. But the basics of ZBrush lighting, again, go to my YouTube channel, Gumroad page, ZBrush page. You'll get more information on lighting. Intro to ZBrush Part 3 digs deeper into these. But essentially what I want to talk about is matte caps versus basic material. So you're going to see as I move this light around, it's not really going to show up on my viewport at all. However, if I say I take this light and I move it way over here to the left, and then I hit BPR, you're going to see it's going to cast my shadow way over here to the right. And of course, you're going to want to crank up that draw grid size if you want to capture your shadow, since it's going way out here now. So you're going to see we can change the light direction of our shadow casting with a matte cap, but if you want to actually see that interacting with your material, these matte caps, it's material capture, it's capturing the lighting within the material itself, so I can't really change the lighting on a material that has lighting baked in. So what I'm going to do is go down here to basic material, and now you're going to see as I move this light around, it's going to update on my model on the fly. So now if I move the light up here to the upper left and hit BPR, that'll go ahead and render that out, and you can see we're getting a really, really nice effect, and you can turn on multiple lights here. So this fourth one down here, I can select it, and then if I tap it again, that'll turn it on, and now we're casting a blue light. And if you click on light properties here, you're going to see if I touch this first one, I am casting shadows with the light. On the second one, I'm not casting shadows. If I go down here to light type, both of these are sunlights. However, we turn this blue one off, and we turn this third one on. Here, you're going to see that's a radial. So if you turn radial on and off, it kind of gives it a velvety look. And you can also change the intensity of these. So if I crank the intensity up, you're going to see that's the effect we're getting. So now if we render this with those two lights on, you can kind of start getting some interesting effects. Now if we turn this light off again, we can turn the second light on. This second light we can just touch and grab, and that'll go ahead and move this light around. And now we're just kind of putting in a secondary light over here on the left. And then if we turn that off and go back to our regular light, again, we can move this light around our object. If we just tap the light, that'll send it around behind. And now we can start getting a rim light on our object. If we tap it again, that'll send the light around to the front of the ball. And now we can light like so. So feel free to turn on and off these lights, mix and match them, change their light types, change their colors and their intensities to get the exact effect that you want. And of course, lighting goes hand in hand with material properties. So let's drag one more menu over here. We're going to grab the material menu. We're going to drag it over here to the left. We go down here to modifiers. You're going to see we have the basic material selected, and we have the S1. That's the shader one. And if you go down here to materials, you're going to have double shader, tri-shader, quad shader. If you select the quad shader, you're going to see you have access to all 4 channels in here. The basic material just has one. If you want more information on this, go to my YouTube channel or my Gumroad or my ZBrush page. And if you download the stylized rendering playlist here, that'll walk you through a lot more specifics on this, as well as the Intro to ZBrush Part 3 series. But for now, if you just want to go in here and say change your specular, you can crank your specular up, and that'll make it shinier. You can change the specular curve to make it look more wet, or you can broaden that out to make it look more metallic. And you can also go down here, speaking of metallic, you can change your specular from a Fong to a blend to kind of get, maybe from a skin to a metal a little bit better. So a lot of different things you can do with your materials here. We'll go ahead and put that specular back down where it was. Go ahead and hit BPR.